What's going on, man? Thank y'all for tapping in to the hottest podcast in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I am Jeremy O'Neal, and I got my infamous, famous calls with me, Marcel Bossy in the building.
Yes, sir. I'm in the building. Yaktown, what's good?
You already know what it is, man. Shout out to all my essential workers out here doing their thing during this time of quarantine, man. We appreciate y'all help and y'all ability to continue to go into work and look after us. And just doing y'all thing. Appreciate y'all for sure. But anyway, this is Tap In, brought to you by AR Radio. So as we always do every week, let's go ahead and what type of time you on, bro? What we got?
I mean, well, you know, I kind of want to touch base into the haters, man.
To the haters?
Yeah, man, they don't get enough attention, man. So we're going to go ahead and get them some clout right now.
Yeah, we quarantine. We got shit else to do.
You know what I mean, man? Because, you know, the haters out here, they thick.
Mm-hmm.
They thick. They everywhere.
How y'all doing?
Like, the real question is why? Like, why are you hating? You know what I mean? So
That's a fact.
I came across this little quote.
Okay.
And it was just saying, like, you know, hate stems from the fear of the unknown.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hate stems from the soul. And that goes to, like, just think about, like, people who hate on people they don't even know. Celebrities.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you not like a celebrity?
You don't know.
You know nothing about this person.
Right.
How can you not like a celebrity? Because they get money?
Right.
Because they show their body?
Right.
You know, because they driving this nice car? Like, what about them, like, got you hating?
Right. And hating, not even, like, not liking them or don't care for them. Like, dead ass when I see that niggas on site.
Like, dead ass, though. Like, really
shit.
on their head type shit. So, you know, I wanted to stem off that. But, you know, as far as the hate is concerned, you know, that stems from the fear of the unknown.
Dude.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we touched on fear and whatnot and what that does, how that can hold somebody back, you know what I mean? But people, like, we haven't touched on the worry aspect of fear.
Okay. So, like, break that down. As far as, like, creating a hater is fear of the unknown. So, being a hater, like, what are you scared of that you don't know about that's going to make you say, fuck that shit?
Well, I feel like scared of success. You know, or scare of failure that they never, they never beat that fear of failure. So now they hating on somebody else who conquered that fear.
So it's kind of like a envy, pretty much.
Yeah, you know, it's an insecurity for sure. Now I want to touch on the worry because, you know, like stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stress kills.
Facts.
And this is a very stressful time.
Literally.
You know what I mean? So this is a very stressful time. And stress kills. And, you know, I have 3 quotes. I'm going to run through the first 3 and we're going to get into it.
Let's get at.
So worry is the number 1 killer. That's kind of like in the same line with stress. You feel me? Like stress pretty much leads to all your, you know, a lot of internal health conditions.
Right.
A lot of mental conditions. You know, a lot of emotional conditions. Like stress. Thinking about it, worrying about this and that, worrying about, you know, your kids or whatever the case may be, stressing yourself out is affecting your personal health.
And that goes with, like, knowing and unknowing. Like, if you actually know the outcome of something or if you don't know the outcome of something, regardless, you still going to worry about it. Point blank period, pretty much. It's still going to be a
How can you know the outcome of something?
I mean, let's say if I get a snake bite, and I get an anti-venom, I know that the anti-venom's going to work, but I'm still worried because I don't know, or shit, I don't know if it's going to work.
Man, you get a snake bite, nigga.
Oh, no.
You bugging the fuck out at that point, nigga.
True,
like, you don't know what snake bit you. You don't know if it's poison. You know, you could die from this snake bite. You ain't got no snake knowledge.
But I'm saying, like, as far as the actual not knowing, is it going to be okay, or is it going to be okay? Because, like, I feel
like that's like a human flaw. Like,
dude,
what do you literally know?
I'm gonna pay rent this month.
You don't literally know that though. Like, you gotta, like, it's still things that have to happen that much. You know, like, it's not a guarantee. You feel like you still have to do things in order for that to be fulfilled. So it's like, what do you literally know besides? Like 2 + 2 is 4, or you know, like, or like hydrogen plus oxygen. You know, 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen is water. You know what I mean? Like, science and math are givens, but like life is not a given.
Facts.
You don't know nothing about what's gonna happen tomorrow or the next day. You gonna break your leg, your whole forecast has to shift. You know what I mean? Everything you plan has to shift, because your leg broke and you can't do what you was planning to do.
I'm gonna still do that shit.
You gonna have to switch some things up. You feel me? Like, so what do we really, really know? You know what I mean? Like, besides math and science still trying to prove things wrong that was proven right years ago. You know what I mean? So, all right. So, first quote, worry is the number one killer. You know what I mean? Let's get to the second one. Worry is fear painting a picture in your mind.
Ouch.
Worry is fear painting a picture in your mind.
That shit just sound dangerous.
You know what I mean? Like,
actually creating a reality of your anticipation.
Your anxiety. Creating a picture around your anxiety. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, just think of something like, all right, name something that worries you.
Ooh. Well, this is not personally specifically, but I was just thinking, like, imagine if, like, you was skeptical over your girl cheating on you, and you already imagine.
Oh my God!
You already see that vision in your head.
And the whole ride over there, my shorty get buzzed down. She get cracked.
God damn!
Boy, that visual. Ooh, that's ugly.
So what was the second tune? The one that creates that whole. What goes into play with that? What was the second point you mentioned?
Oh, worry is fear painting a picture in your mind.
Facts. So now you definitely
you know what I mean?
You see your shorty getting ooh. And we automatically do that shit on the low, for real.
She riding dick.
Going crazy.
Going crazy, girl. She never did that at home. Bitch, you going crazy. I know. I know something up,
I
kid.
seen the whole scenario before I even got over there.
100.
That shit
so,
crazy.
All right. So, worry is fear painting a picture in your mind. So, y'all need to be hip on that. Like, when you get these little thoughts in your mind, rather you picture yourself getting evicted because you don't got this money. You picture yourself, getting arrested because you feel like you got to go out here and do some street shit to get, to make ends meet. All these little pictures in your mind, these negative thoughts and all of that stuff, that's just worry.
Right.
You feel me? Like, we have to get off of this worry stuff because you never know. You feel me? So, I'm trying to get y'all out of the worry. Last but not least.
What makes it so crazy about that point that you mentioned is those things probably didn't even happen yet. Or probably wasn't going to happen.
Probably would never going to happen.
In your mind. You already see yourself getting pulled over or doing some dumbass shit. That shit ain't even happen.
It's been many times where I was lit. Hopping on that road, bro. I mean, lit. Like, I know I'm going to jail tonight. Like, I can just see the blue lights, see me pulled over, trying to get my shit together.
I saw that shit before I jumped on the road.
Like, dog.
But still got in that bitch.
And still hopped in the window and bust my moves. Still bust my moves.
Still got
talking about.
Okay, I can dig it.
So that ass, you feel me?
That's funny as hell. Niggas still make the moves though, even after.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cause I'm stomaching that worry. Fuck facts. Worry. Big you feel facts. Me? I don't give a damn about worry.
Big facts.
All right. So last one out of the 3 worry quotes I got is, worry is lack of the facts. Worry is lack of the facts. You feel me? Like, say for instance, we can jump into the moving business. You know what I mean? I'm sure when you first started, you had a lot of worry about a lot of aspects of your business. Same with me, you feel me, with the photography. A lot of just like, damn, how I'm gonna do this? How this supposed to go? How this gonna end? How the woo? 2.5, 3 years later, you got all the facts down for how this moving shit works. You don't worry about shit, you know what I mean? Exactly. You more so worried about your employees if you're not there. You not the actual work or not the actual business aspect. Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? So
I remember that shit. But I remember my first job, that shit created so much anxiety because, mind you, before I even started, I had only been working with a moving company for a couple weeks, so I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
So when I booked my first gig, still knowing that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing for real, that shit almost drew me crazy for real. I'm gonna call out on her ass for real. But yeah, I feel you on that.
But look, today, now that you got these facts in order, been through this time after time after time, You don't worry about that. Like, you ain't worry about none of that stuff no more.
It's a fucking habit now.
It's easy money, you know what I mean? So worry is lack of the facts. And same with me. Like, when I first started this photography stuff, man, I was worried about everything. Worry how I'm going to coach the model. Worry how the sun, how the lighting is. Worry about, but now that I know the facts, I know how to get the right lighting.
Right.
I know when to go out there to get the right lighting. Right. I've been through many shoots. I know how to pose shorter. You know what I mean? I've been through all this. I know what to expect at the studio. When I first went to the studio, worried to death. Like, damn. Like,
so even with you now finally getting to your mastering bag for real, to actually getting it together.
Right.
Like what pushed you through them dry spells when you did have all the worry and anxiety for real?
I mean, the cash, the money.
Dude, okay.
You know what I mean? That money, you know what I mean? Like, that keeps me pushing. Like, just seeing, my end goal.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, because I ain't hopping in this with, without it. I have an end goal with this shit.
Right.
So keeping that shit in mind gonna always keep me pushing, no matter if I fold. Like, even if I worry to death before a gig, and then all my worries come to fruition because I've been worrying so much, I fuck some shit up. Like, the shit just go bad and shit. Like, I'm gonna stomach that shit when I get to the crib, take that L, and I'm back to it.
You see, that's a whole nother thing, too, with the 3 points that you mentioned. All three of those things combined can really take a nigga out the game for real.
Facts.
Can really be like,
that's true.
I'm cool on all of this shit. After I done experienced all of that, I gotta go back to my regular 8 to 5
that's
or
true.
9 to 5 and call it a day. Because I know it's guaranteed after that. After my little week and a half or 2 weeks in the hole or whatever it is. But just being able to see that you actually developed the mindset of knowing those things and still was able to go past it, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I think just that itself is a skill alone.
Yeah.
Like, just being able to actually do that shit on its own. Definitely commend you on that shit.
I agree for sure.
Some real shit. Definitely some real shit. Like you said, them 3 things that you mentioned, nigga, that shit happens on a regular basis. That's normal shit. Everybody's gonna go through that at one point in time. So what do you say to yourself that's gonna make you say, fuck that, let's keep it pushing?
How to get out of the worry.
Exactly.
Like, that's a big thing. Like, how to get out of the worry. And me, I really, like, throw myself into it. Just, like,
facts, me too.
Worry and all, you know what I mean? Just like, all right, this is what it is. I feel this way, but fuck it, we about to just go with it. Like, however it happens, whatever happens, we just gonna go with it. So I just throw myself into it.
And what's crazy about that is, like, the vast majority would disagree with you on that. And nigga, you getting so much negative emotion about what you doing right now. Why the fuck is you jumping back into this shit?
It must not be meant for you.
Right, give it up.
Yeah.
Like, call it a day, bro.
Like,
what you doing right now?
But that just goes back to the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's just that fear of the unknown type thing. Big and facts. I'm cool with the unknown.
Me too.
But it takes a lot of, like, mental strength or, like, courage to be, like, cool with the unknown.
Combination of both.
You know what I mean? Like, to really be cool with not knowing what's gonna happen after this.
It's literally like walking around in the dark.
Literally,
like walking around in the dark. If you need a nightlight, yeah, you ain't built for the shit for real. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, but it's borderline walking in the dark, business wise. Anything that you're really trying to tap into and really trying to make your own. So I feel you on that shit for sure.
And another thing I came across I want to touch on is this is another quote. I've been reading, I've been studying things like that. This is a pretty good one. It says, "Put all of your emotions in the proper ratio."
The fuck?
Put all your meaning. Every emotion matters.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't let, the wrong emotions, or I feel like all of them. You can't be happy all the time.
Facts.
If you got a contract, you doing business or negotiation, you know what I mean? You can't be happy through that negotiation. You need to be serious. That's a time for seriousness, you know what I mean? But when you with your kids, it's the the birthday, you need to be happy. You need to be having enjoyment, enjoy, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or when it comes to, somebody passes away, that's a time to be sad. You know what I mean? That's a time to be sad. The point is, they need a proper ratio.
Right. knowing where everything has a time and a place, pretty much.
Period. You
knowing
feel
when to
me?
display certain emotions, knowing when not to.
Because every emotion is valuable. Like they're all necessary.
You brought up a great point when it comes to like negotiating cheese. If you come in that bitch smiling and kikiing, niggas gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, that's a ballpark.
It's
a ballpark.
Yeah.
About a finesse gang.
Take this nigga through there real quick.
1,000.
Big facts. So I feel you on that.
Like, and that's real, you know what I mean? And even with worry, like, there's a place for worry. Mm-hmm. Like, you shouldn't just cancel our worry, but there's a proper, like, if your kids is, they going out to the movies with their friends.
Right.
That's a time to worry. My kids is out, like, I don't know what's going on. They with their friends, woo. That's a time to worry. But to be worrying all day, every day about that's this, about that, that's not its proper ratio.
And there's pros and cons with anything, like you mentioned before. Like with worrying, depending on how you look at it, low key, that can be a inspiration, like a motivational thing.
That's a fact. Just like fear.
Exactly.
Just like fear.
Exactly. So yeah. Just
so keep these things in a proper ratio. Every emotion, has value. It's a reason for every emotion. You should feel, endure, and let that pass through you. But keep them in a proper ratio. Don't let one emotion take you off the whim. Rather it's joy, anger, fear, worry, whatever it's stress, whatever emotion it is. Don't let that take you off your path.
Your shit.
Like get you off tilt.
Because the crazy thing about emotions, it's so much of a mixture anyway, just to pull that shit out of somebody. But it can be so much of a mixture when it actually comes out of you too. Like a situation may happen, you don't know to feel pissed off, sad, or and all around you just come up just fucked up.
True.
You just be like, nigga, fuck this girl. This shit crazy. Fuck y'all. You just want to go crazy for real.
Facts.
So it all, and then I think when it gets to those moments, that's when you know you're finna make a terrible decision. When all of the emotions fucked up like that, and you don't know which one to choose from, and now you just all over the fucking place, you finna fuck some shit up.
Yeah, it's about to get ugly.
Fuck some shit up.
It's about to get ugly.
That's for sure.
Like, and you already had your intuitions, gut feelings. You bypassed all of them at that point.
You finna fuck some shit
up. You bypassed all your gut feelings, intuitions at that point. You finna fuck up.
You 3-4 emotions in.
You finna fuck up.
It's over with. You might as well call that shit a day.
100.
Fuck some shit up.
1,000.
I done been there firsthand. Like, it's been plenty of times where, whether it's jobs that I've done, to where a customer did something or said something that made me feel all kind of ways. But if I would have just responded off that natural inclination, I probably would have got the fighting out that bitch for real. Got the knucking out that bitch for sure. I'm like, boy, this nigga tripping like fuck.
Dog.
But yeah, that's definitely, like you said, making sure you
proper ratio. Keep them in a proper ratio. There's a time and place for everything, for sure.
Big facts. That's a solid point. I'm glad that you mentioned that because it's actually had me sitting here thinking like time and a place for everything. So I'm at a dilemma. Well, not at a dilemma. It's getting there because my kids are getting older.
Right.
But how do you know when it's time to actually have that talk?
What talk?
I'm talking about like the what they say, the birds and the bees, the eggs. How do you know when it's time to have sex talk with your kids? Fuck all that subliminal shit. How do you know when it's time? Because the world that we live in today, our kids, they get exposed to so much at a higher rate than what we was before. Nigga, we ain't really have Facebook and all that kind of shit. We ain't never have easy access to whether it's porn or soft porn like they doing today.
Right, we had HBO and you had to pay the cable bill. You had to pay for that.
BET was uncut and it was uncut for a reason.
Right.
On at a certain time.
3 in the morning. Exactly. It's like everybody supposed to be knocked.
Everybody supposed to be knocked. But nowadays, that shit everywhere.
Wait, so how old is Tanner, your oldest son?
Tanner right now, he'll be 7 in November, so he's 6 right now.
So you telling me he out here asking, he ready to get some pussy?
No. I'm only asking this because...
okay. I thought he asked you about some pussy.
Hell.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure Tanner ain't out here bugging out. Okay. He only 6 now. Okay, just wanted to make sure he ain't out here ready to...
Dad, how do you have sex?
I was making sure. Okay. So you want to come at them before they even get...
Facts, because I see it becoming a thing like I hear them in there whispering about little crushes that they have and all of this kind of shit.
Right.
So I'm like, oh shit, damn, y'all just in the first and second, well, kindergarten and the first grade. But I'm also hip to technology in a way that they are more exposed to a lot more things than what we're exposed to.
True.
So I know the time to have that talk is gonna come way more sooner than what it was when we had to talk.
Yeah. Did you have to talk with your peoples?
Yeah, I did. But the funny thing about my talk was I grew up in a real religious household, so they made it a Bible conversation.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But even before that, we had a.
I mean, wait, how? Like,
all right, so
how is this a Bible conversation?
So it was if I can remember correctly, it was like you don't have sex before marriage. That's a biblical teaching. It's not a third.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you about sex before marriage. Not the before marriage part. Let me just tell you about sex itself. And so the way that my folks did it, bro, it probably was the most embarrassing because my mom, she graduated from college. My stepdad, I can't remember if he was a college graduate or not. But they both smart as hell. Not saying that anybody who hasn't graduated from college is not smart, but they rented videos from fucking the library, the local library.
Not self-education. I mean, sex education, bitch.
They rented videos.
The VHS boys? Or these DVDs at this time?
No, we had no DVD player at the time.
So these the VHS boys. Okay.
So imagine your stepdad gathering, or both your parents gathering into the room. Like, hey, y'all come down here. We got to talk for a minute. This nigga pull up this old, thick-ass VHS. I'm finna show y'all. Finna show y'all something real quick.
This you and little sis.
Right. You know the sound of the VCR make. As soon as that bitch come in, hey, how's it going, kid? Today, I'm going to teach you about sexual, like, genital parts. And we just sitting there like, man, this shit feels highly uncomfortable. That's how it was. It was hella uncomfortable. But we got the point. We got the message. I got the message so much to the point to where I ain't losing my virginity till I graduated high school. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I caught the convo. So, but that was your mom's husband. That's your stepdad.
Right.
So I had to get it from my mom's boyfriend.
That's worse.
A duck.
That's definitely worse.
A duck at the end of the day, because she's not with this nigga today. Right. So I'm fucking in middle school. Mind you, my sister hate this guy. Mm-hmm. At the time, my sister hated this man. I'm cool with the nigga. You feel me? I was cool with all my little mama bulls. You feel me?
So before the talk, let me just pause you for a minute. Before the talk, was y'all already engaged in the shit? Was y'all already having sex? You or your sister?
No. Well, I don't know my sister, because this, for me, I was in the 7. My sister 3 years older than me. Okay. So I don't know when she lost her virginity or anything, but I know it happened in high school. Okay. You know what I mean? But I don't know when exactly she lost her virginity. So I don't know if she was already having sex at the time or if she was a virgin as well.
Dude,
you know what I mean? But I'm like in the 7th grade at the time. And, they come out the room. My mom come out the room with a condom. You know what I mean? She's like, you know what this is? I'm like, yeah, that's a condom. What do you Like, what you know about a condom? She think I don't know nothing about nothing. You feel me? Like, what you know about a condom? I'm like, nigga, like,
I'm in the 7th grade.
I dead eyes was looking at damn Playboy magazines and fucking 4 years old and shit like this. They got my dad crib and shit. So I'm hip to all of this shit already. But so shows me the condom, woo. Oh, she like, oh, so you know about sex, woo. I'm like, I know some shit. I didn't seen porn at the time. You feel me?
Right.
So she like, all right, well, y'all sit down, me and my sister, woo. So she ain't want to explain the shit, so she brings her boyfriend into the picture.
I can tell by the way you started.
She ain't want to explain the shit. She bring her boyfriend into it. He comes with this little weak ass presentation. You feel me?
Presentation?
Pretty much. So this is a condom. So what you do with a condom? Like you feel me? Like I'm just looking like, boy, you not my dad. Like, like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
You say that was fucking is? I don't believe.
Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. So I wasn't really like giving that no mind. Mind you, I'm already hip. Dude. So the conversation really ain't do shit for me. Dude. And that's another thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you already hip, how can you get your kid. You know, if a kid is already hip to some shit. Say, for instance, a kid is hip to smoking weed.
Dude.
Nigga already smoking, been smoking.
Got you.
You feel me? Now, as a parent, I want to come and tell my kid about smoking weed.
That's another thing, too. Shit.
But he already smoking. What can I tell him?
So I guess my question is...
So that you really need to get them before society get them if you want to be the ones to introduce them.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because society, you know, it's all in society.
Yeah, because I just finna say, I don't want them to have to be exposed to them, and then they come up to me like, what's fisting, Dad?
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Or tossing salads.
What's the other one? Where the people sit down and watch?
No, with the tea bag.
Tea bag. I'm talking about the other one where you said they sit back and watch you.
Oh, the cocoa.
The coke, like
the cocoa. What's a
Dad,
cocoa?
What's a cocoa? Like, what?
That's when the hubby sit back
What?
and watch his wife get dicked down by BBC.
Wait a minute now.
The cocoa.
And me, I'm so awkward. Like, I don't even know how I would. I'm so bad at explaining shit. I'm like, all right, so you ever had a cheeseburger and a hot dog?
Dog.
Like, some goofy shit like that. Like, have you ever put a... Like, I'll probably do this shit like Sausage Party did for real.
Oh, that's my introduction.
Yeah, just take a bun and a hot dog. Like, yep. And then you get...
I'm pressing play in a movie. Y'all want to know about some things? Sit down.
Sit down and watch
Let's
it.
watch.
They do really break it down.
That's a great introduction, cartoon-wise.
They do. But it just goes to show, like, I'm pretty sure, like, prior to when we was younger, our kids wasn't anticipating having this conversation with us when we was 6 and 7.
Not at all.
So that's why I'm like,
my mom was hesitant. I was in seventh grade, and she was hesitant. I was 12.
Right.
That's double.
And I'm not saying anything has happened or anything has even sparked my interest, but I'm slowly gaining to know, like, oh, this is gonna be a thing sooner than later for real.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, how the fuck do I approach this shit? Because I would hate for it to hit me off guard. Like I said, I'm sitting here drunk at the crib. Well, not drunk. I'm sitting here, I had a couple drinks. I'm sitting here chilling with the wife. Just chilling back, laying back at the crib. Don't have no mind about nothing else that's going on. Then my son say, what's a cocoa? Like, on some shit like that. Pops, what is fisting? I've seen a few things online, but I just want a better understanding. Then I'm gonna be fucked up. I'm gonna be fluxing if I'm not prepared.
My classmate told me to watch 50 Shades of Grey, Daddy.
I'm like, could.
When I get home.
Could. It's time
Can
for
we
bed.
watch 50 Shades of Grey?
Oh, it is time for bed. That's all I'm gonna have to say. It's time to go to bed. We will discuss these.
Like, that's a big thing, though. You know, that's like a, you know, that's a tough call because, like you said, with the internet, like, when we was growing up, the internet didn't exist.
That shit was dial up. That shit sound like a ringtone.
That shit, and I was watching Netflix on the dial-up.
God
you
damn.
feel me? Like, I was on the dial-up watching Flicks. But, anywho, in my mama's room, she had the computer in her room. I went to go to work.
Where you put that shit to pull up. All right.
I'm waiting on this Flick, goddamn.
Damn. Mama, I know you was paranoid as fucking that bitch.
She at work.
Oh,
she at work. She good. I'm good till 5 p.m. 8 to 5.
That's why you was that bold. Anybody watching porn on dollar. You had to have
I got caught up. The shit was in the search history.
Dog.
Didn't know about the delete the search history at the time. So I definitely got caught up. Anywho.
If you got caught up watching porn during the dial-up era, you had some time on your hands. That's all I'm going to say. That shit took at least 30 minutes just to pop up.
Just to get on the internet.
Just to get on the internet, at least. So I know you never.
Just hear that bitch.
And it might fail. It might fail. It don't connect. It might fail. Then you got to try that shit all over again. Like, damn, all right. Somebody was on the phone when I tried to watch the porn. My sister was calling somebody and I was trying to watch porn.
1,000. But on the flip side, though, like, where we at now, where, you know, you got phones and tablets.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You can do this shit on the game system on the PS4.
Dog.
You can go online and watch anything on the PS4.
Me and Audra, she just bought the kids some leapfrogs.
Right.
Bro, you know them bitches dead ass can connect to the Wi-Fi and get on the internet.
And surf the web, bro.
I'm like, what the fuck? Elite Frog.
I didn't think.
And
I
we
didn't
know
know
these
that.
as like regular just kill.
Regular, damn near snake game. Nigga just playing snake on that. Like regular little educational games. I did not know they can surf the web.
To X, X, and X.
Oh my god.
Elite Frog can do that shit. I'm like, damn.
See, and that's where we at with it.
That's where we at.
Like anything that pretty much can connect to either Internet Explorer or Safari, you know, rather it's an Apple product, if it can connect to Safari, or if it's a, you know, Android or, you know, a PC product that can connect to Internet Explorer or Google Chrome,
it's over.
They have access to all of that stuff on the internet, all of that stuff, and yeah, that's tough.
So all my new age parents, man, what are y'all suggestions? How do y'all mold to this generations to have these difficult conversations?
What do you believe is a good age to bring this conversation up to your kids
nowadays?
You know, today, just speaking today, as far as where we at with everything that's going on and with the technology era that we in, what is a good age to have that conversation? You know what I mean? Because it has to be had, and it's best to come from the parents.
Right.
It's
exactly.
best to come from the parents for sure.
Facts, big facts. So yeah, that's a question I pose to my parents that's listening for real.
For sure.
With the things that's going on in the world, society, the way technology is moving, the way how quicker, easier it is to access different things that we didn't have access as youth. How do you have these difficult conversations with your kids now that everything is so much more accessible than it was when we was younger? How do you do that? That's a question I'll definitely like to branch off to y'all for real. So, but yeah, that's shit. That's where my head is at for the last couple of days. But shit.
When the baby's coming back,
they been here. They been here all week for real.
Oh, they already came back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they been here since Monday.
Oh damn, I ain't know that.
Hell yeah.
So that's why you over there in that bag. You like, shit, I gotta figure this shit out. Should I do it now? Or should I wait, goddamn?
And I know it's worse because anybody who know me personally know I just had a son probably about 2 months ago.
Right.
I know it's gonna get even worse for him.
Well, it's gonna get easier. You got two practice tries. You know, you get to figure out some things, work out the kinks. You know, with Sasha and Santana.
It's just me. Like I'm so awkward. Like you see a hamburger and a hot dog. Like I said before, like I'm so that shit gonna be either I'll be awkward as hell or too straightforward. Y'all fucking at school? Let me teach you about dick and pussy real quick. Let me explain to you what it means to fuck the shit out of something. Like on some that I'll be way too direct. Not saying that ideally or exactly, but I'll be too direct in my approach for real.
And then you gotta also think about like the music.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like the music, you feel me, is a big thing because that's pretty much how I got introduced to all of the, you know.
Like I said with the leapfrog things, we had to put some parental controls on there, but kids were sitting there downloading YouTube and watching Cardi B music videos and shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I'm like, yeah.
All I'm trying to gotta do is type in Cardi B booty.
Booty.
And then it get real.
And a lot of other booties gonna pop up. Not just Cardi B.
Then it gets real. All you gotta do is type in the booty afterward, and now you get to see everything.
Everything.
Like, so.
All right, so yeah, let's say if, your nephews, if they wasn't comfortable with having that conversation with their moms, how would you have it with them?
Come on in, nephews. Okay. Take a seat, my baby. What you want to know? God damn it.
Hey, Uncle Poe, what's the Cocos?
The Coco? Oh, you want to know about the Cocos?
What's the Cocos?
Hey, you know we was enslaved, right? So this is reversing slavery.
Dog.
You know what I mean? This is just reversing slavery.
This is getting your reparations. This is how we get our reparations. By fucking them.
You heard about slavery, nephew?
All right.
Just reversing slavery, you know?
And they'll be like, yeah, I think we should practice Cocos. I love Cocos. Hell yeah. We go, every time we see a white lady, we go, Cocos.
Buzz her out. God damn it. And her husband got to record it.
You gotta watch.
Got to record it. That's reverse slavery.
It'd be like, That would be a classroom report, and this is my discussion on the Cocos.
Dog.
All right, shit.
Yeah. Not bringing it up at school, though.
Cocos.
The Cocos.
So you don't need 40 acres and a mule. All you need is an old white dude and his wife and Cocos. There you go. All right.
Yeah, so, yeah, my nephews know, like, whenever they ready to talk about anything, I'm definitely the right guy to talk about the wrong things with.
Yeah, so after this conversation, definitely won't be sending the kids over here.
Sasha, she ain't gonna know about nothing.
Dude.
Sasha ain't getting hip to shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm being that protective, a bad boys. You feel me? I'm the nigga with your ass at the door. Like, nigga, who the fuck is you, nigga? I'm top, kid.
I'm with it.
But Tanner, hey, get ready, my baby.
Free game.
Get ready, my baby. And motherfucking Sage.
Oh, yeah, Sage definitely.
Oh, yeah. Get ready. Well, Tanner gonna be able to put Sage on game. Because I'm gonna get Tanner so right. Dude. He just gonna be kicking game to little bro. You feel me? He even gonna get me go right. Dude, you know, he even gonna get me go right. You feel me?
There you go. But hey, man, as always, man, this has been a great episode of Tap In.
For sure.
Brought to y'all by AR Radio, Already Rich, man. My man Marcel, you want to do a recap on what we was talking about earlier, bro? The little 3 points.
Oh yeah. So a little quick, recap on what we was talking about. For the haters, just want y'all to know y'all hating for no reason because
we still here.
Hate stems from the fear of the unknown.
Won't stop.
You know what I mean? So just because y'all don't know what's going on, y'all know how people moving, y'all know, how people, how successful people gonna be, don't mean you need to hate on them.
Dude.
Just because you ain't conquering your fear of failure, don't mean you need to hate on somebody else who's daily conquering their fear of failure.
Why not just get your shit together?
Work on yours. Get that out the way. So that's for my haters. And for everybody that's worrying, what we touch based on, for anybody that's worrying, you need to know that worry is the number one killer. Worry leads to stress, and stress kills. Worry is the number one killer.
Big facts.
Number 2 is worry is fear painting a picture in your mind. Worry is fear just painting a picture in your mind. So, if you do get that picture in your mind where, you know what I mean, you feel like your kids is going to get kidnapped because they walking to school, cancel that out, because they're going to go to school and they're going to make it home. Just leave that worry alone. If you do get that card, get serious then.
And even with that, just find out ways to prevent ways. Like, shit. I
take them to school.
Take them to school.
Be there.
Teach them self-defense classes or some shit like that. Even if that's a worry. But just preventive measures. That way you ain't got to worry as much.
Yeah, just try to, that's the goal. Let's decrease this worrying. Like we said, and that goes to the last quote. Just try to decrease the worrying because the last quote is, put all of your emotions in a proper ratio.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes, there's a place for worry. Mm-hmm. But don't be a chronic worrier. Mm-hmm. Don't be someone who worries about everything all day. Yes, there's a place for it, but keep it in a proper ratio.
There you go.
Please keep it in a proper ratio. And that goes for every emotion.
Yes, man.
Anger, fear, you know what I mean? Sadness, happiness, joy, excitement. All of these things have their proper ratio. There's a time and a place to exude these emotions.
Yes, sir. And the crowd said, amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
There we go. As always, man, any type of difficult conversations that you want to have with your kids, I'm actually curious on how our generation of parents actually
yes, please tap in and leave some comments on, different, even things y'all want us to talk about in the future of parenting tactics and, different parenting tips or things that y'all concerned about. You know what I mean? Please leave a comment. Let us know. We'll tap into it with our opinions. You know what I mean?
Big facts. And as always, man, shout out to our essential workers out there holding it down on the front line.
For sure.
We appreciate y'all during this quarantine time and everything that's going on.
Well needed. Much needed.
But as these things shall too pass. But anyways, as always, we always just want to encourage and inspire our listeners to just be better than they was yesterday. That's pretty much it. So as always, man, this is Tap In. You can catch us on Instagram at alreadyrich.kw. That's on Instagram, alreadyrich.kw. On Twitter, we're also on Twitter at alreadyrich.kw as well. Facebook, alreadyrich.kw. Type in alreadyrich, literally, .kw.
Yes.
Me personally, I'm on Jeremy. Jeremy O'Neal. I'm on Instagram as well.
Big comic.
At Jeremy O'Neal. That's JeremyOnall. Catch me on Instagram. Follow us, period. Already Rich to Tap In podcast. We've been going crazy for real. Like we said, we halfway through the first season. So shout out to all our listeners. Shout out to all our new listeners. Shout out to all our previous subscribers. Shout out to all our new people that's coming in the future. Tap In is the future. And you can catch us on all platforms at this moment in time. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Beaker, Anchor, anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. Tap
everywhere.
In Already Rich. And look down and scroll down to see Tap In, and there he is right there.
You did.
So as always, man, I want to appreciate my humble cause, Marsell Bossy in the building.
You know.
You can find him on Instagram as well at
catch me, catch my photography page. I am a photographer. Anybody in the Atlanta area, Detroit as well. If I'm coming home, y'all want to get some work in, Shot by Marsell. That's Shot by Marsell. Find me on all of the platforms at Marsell Bossy. That's Marsell. Bossy is Basi. Marsell Bossy. So catch me on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever. Catch me there. Tap into my photography as well. I also want to leave everybody with a quote before we go.
Let's get it cracking.
I'm the quote man.
What you got for us?
And I want everybody to understand that philosophy equals attitude. Philosophy equals attitude. So whatever your philosophy is, whether you are a positive person, whether you are a negative person, whether you are just somebody who's so-so, in between, whatever your philosophy is, you're a grinder, whatever the case may be, that's going to be your attitude towards life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So everybody just think about your philosophy. What do you believe? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What do you think is the right, what you think is wrong? Because these things lead to how you feel, how you act towards other people, how you think about yourself. So your philosophy equals your attitude. Yes, and that's how I want to leave y'all. Yes, I want to leave that with y'all.
Yes, sir. As always, man, this is the hottest podcast in Atlanta, Georgia right now. Tap In, brought to you by Already Rich Radio. This is Tap In. We tapping out.
You did.